1 in 3 adults have taken an illegal drug. 1 in 5 young people have admitted to taking drugs in the last year. Yeah, you know the ones. But we are no longer only dealing with old school drugs. There are now hundreds of thousands of new drug mixes out there, plus all the new legal highs popping up each year. We don't know if they're dangerous yet because they haven't really been around long enough for us to figure out the side effects. So, let's be real. Legal or not, people do drugs. But how can you regulate them, even if it's just to make sure that they're safe? More people are now headed online to the darknet to purchase drugs, like Silk Road. It worked a little bit like an eBay site for drug dealers and users. Silk Road was shut down by the FBI, but since then, the site has been back up and running with more listings than ever. Well done, FBI. The global drugs trade is worth around $435 billion a year, and over the last few decades, the governments have spent actual trillions on the international war on drugs, which has led to public health crises, hundreds of thousands being locked up, and black market fueled violence. They're losing the war pretty badly. Drug use is classified as a criminal offense pretty much everywhere, but some countries are trying new approaches. Portugal has decriminalized the possession of small amounts of drugs for personal use. Rather than locking you up, the police will confiscate it and refer you for treatment, which has resulted in less deaths and drug crime. Around 20 states in the US have decriminalized cannabis, and the states that have completely legalized have not only seen crime fall, but regulating and taxing it has now turned weed into a multi-million-dollar industry. All legit. In the 90s, Switzerland had one of the highest rates of HIV in Europe. So, the government started giving out heroin prescriptions and community-based treatment. Heroin users actually declined, and levels of new HIV infections dropped by 87%. Countries are scared to try alternative approaches because back then, the United Nations Drug Panel accused the Swiss of helping criminals, and this has put them off. Many politicians say they're going to push for drug reforms, but once in power, refuse to consider alternatives because it's too controversial. Prime Minister David Cameron, we're looking at you. But finally, governments from all over the world are speaking up, and in 2016, world leaders are meeting at the UN General Assembly to hold a review of the drug control system and rethink regulations. Preparations for the Ungas 2016 have begun already. So, if you're not happy, now is your chance to speak up, challenge and debate. Change is possible. So, make sure to check out the links below to find out how you can become a part of it.